Junkies!
Let's talk about some of our favorites over the years that we feel like have stood the test of time. Like GQ's almost shown all of his, but he's got a few more.
Oh, no.
He's got a few more.
Writing Beam is one of my all-time favorites.
Like Thomas,
I have that DVD.
Didn't Thomas have that thing like memorized word for word?
Because it was that good.
Yeah, it was that word.
Another good one was Tenjo Tenge. That was the
Tenge.
only one that I actually cared to buy the whole series. Well, not the only, but one of the few.
Oh, yeah.
And of course, Night Warriors / Darkstalkers. You know.
Like,
but again,
Gunsmith Cat,
out of all of those, only one of them was a series, and it was a limited short series.
Right.
So
you definitely prefer the ones that tell their story and basically move.
One and done. I don't need to sit there for 1,000 episodes.
No,
exactly. There's nothing wrong with.
Right.
And again, there's nothing wrong with One Piece, and a lot of those other series. No, not really.
There is.
Because the thing is, if you've been there rocking with it from the beginning and watched through all of it, cool. You've been on that ride. Gundam probably has 1,000 episodes over its multiple shows.
That's true, but they're all different stories. They wrap up.
Who cares?
But they wrap up. That's what I'm saying. It's like you get 25 episodes, your story's over.
You know
move
what?
on to another one.
Parts of Naruto wrap up. I ain't about to watch it because I don't care. I don't care about it like that.
All right.
I don't care
you
about it.
You can jump
like,
in and out of Gundam though. You can jump in and out. You don't have to watch everything.
But yeah,
it's like Naruto is like a hard anime for me to recommend just on the fillers alone.
No, just watch.
Like
you got to do what I did, dude, because I didn't finish Naruto. I went to a website and it told you what was filler, what
the
was
essentials.
not, and I just watched
the essential episodes.
Episodes,
yes,
not fillers.
That's the way to do. Like if you were trying to do that with Boruto, you would only be watching like 10 episodes.
I stopped watching Boruto.
Here's the issue with Naruto for me. The series, like for example, we all have seen all of Dragon Ball. All of us have.
Yes.
Yeah, especially now that Super is done.
Yes.
So far.
Yeah.
So I had just finished Dragon Ball. Then you come up with Naruto, and it's just like, okay, I survived Goku for all of this time when Vegeta was a better character. You can't suddenly bring out another anime doing the exact same thing where, yes, Naruto ends up being super powerful and all that, great and all that, but it's like Sasuke is a better character, though. I would rather watch an anime about Sasuke and not Naruto.
Sasuke ended up being trash, though.
Because I've already done that with Goku in Dragon Ball.
In the beginning, Sasuke was awesome, but he did become trash.
He became
trash.
trash.
And again, not to sound racist, but that is a very Japanese trope, too.
Yeah.
They'll have a really cool character, then they'll just basically just
ruin
dump
they're
them.
the tweener, and sometimes like they'll do right by the character, and other times like they just completely shit on.
More often than not.
Like
Kind of Omega's asking
more often than not, because I mean, because speaking in such, and you know, Bleach. Like Chad wound up being like the most useless character in the whole show.
Like and everybody loved Chad. Everybody loved Chad.
Awesome. Like what happened?
Everybody loved Chad, and they were just like, "Why are you shitting on this guy? Like he is an awesome character." Yeah. Like okay, and Hand of Omega's asking, "Is Sasuke better in Boruto?" Yeah, because he's barely in it. I mean, he is kind of.
I mean, that's fair because I mean,
he's a one-trick pony.
Sasuke falls into like the typical edgelord BS.
He does,
as far as like character development. It gets to the point where he's not interesting anymore.
Yeah.
So no, it's because again, and I guess this is a cultural thing. The Japanese do not like sinister characters. They really don't. That's why the voices are so high for most characters, because they think deeper voices is more sinister. More narrow eyes is sinister. So there's a whole bunch of cultural things thrown in the anime just from their own belief system that is just like, dude, that makes for extremely boring storytelling. So it's just like, I'm not going to sit there if you every sinister character basically gets shit on because you guys are scared of sinister characters.
Exactly.
It's like, that's boring to me.
Noah 3711, yes, Bubblegum Crisis was awesum. It wasn't.
I never finished
awesome.
Bubblegum Crisis.
What?
No, I never finished it.
I watched a good portion of it back when I think it was either Stars or Encore. It was one of them when they used to have like a whole anime block, and I remember they had like this really big like Bubblegum Crisis like marathon.
Yeah.
And I watched a bulk of it and I was like thoroughly entertained, and that wound up probably like being like one of my kind of favorite lost shows because like I never went back to finish it. So but during that time, like I think some of my favorites that I personally love, of course, Fatal Fury the motion picture. Still like my top favorite.
Very great.
Okay, would we say Fatal Fury the motion picture is better or worse than 2? Because like a lot of people say 2 is great because of Krauser.
I still like 2 it's like as much as I love the motion picture, I like 2 better because Krauser
Krauser is so awesome. Krauser is so awesome.
2 brought in a whole bunch of really good one-liners. 2 had so many good one-liners.
All of them are from Krauser.
Yeah, 2 had some amazing one-liners. 2 brought in my
the fight with
Krauser
I
with
actually
Joe
kind
in
of
the
low key
hotel
like
is
the
just
fight.
ridiculous.
Actually kind of low key like the fight between Indy and Master Jubei because like it was kind of like I love how like right before the fight starts, like it's literally like a still from like the actual game because they were in their actual fighting game poses.
Yeah.
And I thought that was actually really dope. It was like it was a quick fight, but I thought it was awesome.
Oh yeah,
So-
the whole Fatal Fury OVA series was really well done, and you could notice just the increase in budget and animation as they went from 1 to 2 to 3. Because once they got the motion picture, it was like, holy crap, this looks good. Like that movie still stands. Again, that and Street Fighter are two of the best video game animes.
Indeed. Now,
Yeah, Kim Kardashian he got destroyed, but he was awesome though.
he was.
Go ahead.
Got a couple more to mention before you guys take another one. Shadow Scale was another one.
Oh, slept on. So slept on.
Very slept on.
So
series.
slept
Like,
on.
To this day, I still need to go back and read the manga because I know that's like kind of continuing the story or kind of like
Before
whatever.
you finish that thought, hold on a second. Before you finish that thought, so
All right, go
Shadow
ahead.
Skill was animated in Korea, wasn't it?
I don't think
Because you
That
know
I'm
what
not
I'm thinking
sure.
of? Because remember that infamous OVA
Red
Red Hawk,
Red
that
Hawk,
literally took from Street Fighter animated movie. Like literally still for still the fight between Ryu and Sagat.
Yeah, they ripped that off big time.
Completely.
Following what's the rest of your list?
Go ahead, man.
All right. And the last one. Now, while it wasn't like one of the better, it was a little bit one of the lesser fighting game adaptations, but I actually liked the Battle Arena Toshinden anime.
Really?
I didn't think
can't
I had the
remember that
VHS
one.
back in the day.
I can't remember that
purpose?
one.
I had the VHS back in the
I
day.
still
Like,
have it, and I have it
I
probably
think
on
in
DVD.
comparison, the animation in that actually wasn't too bad. So like I actually liked a bit
No,
of
it
the
wasn't
action that was
bad.
in it. So like it wasn't terrible. It wasn't one of the better ones, but it definitely was not one of the worst ones. It was serviceable.
Here was the
So
problem with that one.
because to me, like nothing was worse than the Tekken one. Like the Tekken anime
Well, no,
was
the second
complete
one takes the
trash.
cake for the
Yeah,
most.
it was
No,
terrible.
the Virtual Fighter one takes the cake
That
for the
one's
most
terrible,
trash
too.
of all.
Oh my god!
But
so
the
bad.
Battle Arena
Yeah.
Toshinden one had the problem of coming out when Street Fighter came out. So Street Fighter kind of
Yeah.
was curb stomping everything at that time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Toshinden looked good because it was Masami Obari.
Of course.
And he did
Who was
Yeah.
doing a whole
Fa-
bunch of stuff in the
Fatal
90s.
Fury, if I
Right.
remember correctly, he did.
Yes,
It
he
was
did.
just Toshinden's story was
Yeah.
just kind of like,
Yeah.
eh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
it
was
was.
like I said, like for the most part, it was serviceable. But like, if you ever get a chance to check it out, I'd say check it out. I'd
Real
say
quick,
All right,
Dado.
Dado, what's your favorite?
Real quick, Dado.
Project Echo 1, 2, 3, 4, Vampire Hunter D.
You coulda stopped
Rider
after
B.
one. I'm just saying. Go
Actually,
ahead.
2 and 3 are better than 1.
No, that's
Yes,
okay. Nah,
yes.
I don't know about that.
4
Go
is
ahead.
probably the weakest one of
Lord.
all
Hey.
of them, and then Blue and Gray is whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
But yeah, like of course the Street Fighter we named those Trigun, Cowboy Bebop, Great Teacher Onizuka was phenomenal.
Yes, it was.
So
Yes, it
know,
was.
Street Fighter 2V.
Ping Pong Club.
Gotta
man.
burn some muscle.
Street Fighter 2V was.
I just started watching that again.
Oh man. Hilarious.
A very long-winded show, but it wasn't bad.
No, it wasn't bad.
Well, here's the thing. Street Fighter 2V started off strong
It did.
because Guile beat the
Mm-hmm.
dog
He beat
crap
the
out of
dog
Ryu
That was-
and Kid. So it was like
Man.
when you found that out, you were
Yeah.
like, "What? Like how did what?
What is
Like how
going
did this
Like-
happen?"
And they were
It's
they were
like
trying
Kid and Ryu
so
had literally
hard.
had to go and get good, fam. Like,
They was trying. They was trying so hard to beat him, man.
Yeah,
And
but
he
we
was
gonna-
just dog walking.
We're
him,
gonna
man.
wrap this one up.
Hey,
All right, so
can
honestly, that was
just really
hilarious.
quick,
Yeah.
just really quick with the Street Fighter 2V, can we just acknowledge like how great it was that they had Charlie looking like Jean Reno in that?
Yeah, he really did. He had the glasses. He had the black hair. I'm like, and
The
he tried to
beard,
shoot,
everything.
Yeah,
He was like he was Jean Reno, bro.
Tried to shoot Bison. The bullet. He stopped the bullet with his psycho power.
Yeah.
and it just killed him. I'm
Yeah.
like, that's how you do it. And then Chung Li
Oh,
suddenly
man.
went from being like a teenage girl to like a
A full-grown
by
woman.
the
I
end of
know,
the
right?
series.
Yeah, I know,
That's
right?
interestingly weird.
Anyway,
It was like a,
yeah.
like,
so
it's like the animator was like, okay, I think we made quite an error here with this
Right.
character.
Hey, we hope you enjoyed that clip. Make sure you check out our live content on Twitch. It's twitch.tv/culturejunkies. We also have a lot of content available on YouTube, unboxings as well as Blu-ray reviews. And you can support us on Patreon, patreon.com/culturejunkies. And on top of all of that, if you go to culturejunkies.net, you can check out our merch store. The link is culturejunkies.net/merch. There's a lot of great merchandise there. So there's links and logos and stuff all around me. So check those out, and we will see you next time.